My why I wanted
Why?
why I wanted to change.
Why are we doing this, or why are we changing?
I think for me, I'm 45. I've been a chiropractor for over 20 years. I love my job. I love being a chiropractor. But when I think of my life for the next 20 years, I don't know if that's what I want to do. Me,
I'm not 45, I'm a lot older. And I needed to change too. And this seemed like a good idea at the time to create a good future for us.
For me, it all started when I sold my chiropractic business. For me, that was the real moment where this was really going to happen.
For me, it was straight after COVID in the construction business industry in Spain. COVID had a big impact, and it had a massive impact in my personal business. So it was either start all over again and invest all my energy into building that business up, or, you know, turning a page and doing something different and new.
So we decided to pack up everything, sell everything, and jump on a plane and come back to live in Australia.
Yep.
It was a really tough decision. At the time, COVID was very, very strict here in Australia. We had to put ourselves through quarantine, get on a government flight, and make it out here.
Yep. And it was tough, but we did it. Okay, so then we're in Spain. We've decided to sell up everything. We have decided to move to Australia, and now comes the time to decide what we are going to do in Australia. And we were avid paddle players in Spain. We enjoyed it very much. And so we thought, this is a sport that will definitely work in Australia. There was no reason why it shouldn't.
Yeah, it was like, why paddle? And I think for us, why paddle was really easy to understand. Why paddle? It's a great game. Australians love paddle. We understand Australian culture and their love for sport. And it was just really unusual to us, why are there no paddle courts in Australia? Like, let's do this, you know, like, let's help bring paddle out to Australia.
Even though that's something that neither Erin or I have ever done.
Yes.
So we have no experience in running a paddle club, nor running a hospitality business. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll work.
So when we'd made the decision, I then started the research, you know, and that involved me making some videos and sending out to every contact that I had in Australia. Do you have any idea about where I could build a paddle court? I was looking at paddle club, yeah. I was looking at tennis clubs, I was talking to councils, talking to real estate agents, all sorts of people to try to find a location where we could build a paddle club, or how much it was even going to cost us to rent out a space for a paddle club. A very long story short, we signed a lease agreement with our current space where we are, which is at the Thaguna Golf Club, which is owned by the Liverpool Catholic Club.
So then we have moved from Spain, we have signed a lease, we've got a place. Now
we bought the courts.
Oh, we bought the courts, and then we ask ourselves, now what?
Yeah, now the fun begins.
So now the next step is to obviously construct the paddle club, and that's what we are doing right now. We are in the process of renovating the clubhouse, which you will see, and then the courts will be installed. But that's just the beginning. We have a much bigger dream for paddle in Australia.
So in 2032, there's going to be the Olympics in Brisbane. My goal, or our goal, is that we can get a team of paddle players from one of our clubs to that Olympic Games. Paddle isn't an Olympic game yet. It's a demonstration sport in Paris next year, and we're really hoping by 2032 it will be an official Olympic sport, and Australia will need a team at that Olympic Games, and we want that team to come from our clubs
From here.
from here. We really want to make an Olympic team, an Australian Olympic paddle team.
That is the big dream. So it's up to you guys to help us with it. So this is now when we're going to explain to you the timeline of Soul Padel in Thiguna.
We believe we started really at this process in 2020, where we decided to pack up and move to Australia, and that was where our research started.
Then in 2021 we did the move, sold up everything in Spain and moved over to Australia without having a clue yet what we were doing.
Yeah.
And then
2022 was when we were out here in Australia. We signed a lease agreement with the Liverpool Catholic Club. We submitted our projects to the council, the Albury City Council. We got approval for our projects from the Albury City Council, and just now in the end of we bought the courts.
yes,
We engaged a builder, and now we're at the end of 2022, and the renovations have begun, and of course the ground has been cleared.
and that brings us to 2023. And our dream is that we are going to have a grand opening around Easter 2023.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
In these next few months, there's some really important things happening with Padel. Padel will be showcased at the Australian Open 2023. We're going to get this concrete slab poured. We're going to get the courts installed.
Yeah. So after a full day of pretending to be an arborist, helping out the boys, we have this whole place cleaned up of trees, ready for excavation and installing of courts. So Padel in Thiguna, it's happening.